Alright, so if you're new here, this is the map. It is a skate park, and not any skate park, but it is this skate park. This was my childhood skate park I went to years ago. I don't know if you've done comparisons in-game and out-of-game. It's more or less one-to-one. I didn't think of it until Wednesday. I made the whole thing on Wednesday. Just tried to make it as close as possible. I put checkpoints over most of the main ramps in here. You see, you got the little bump across over here, little half pipe, mini pipe. It's like 6 feet tall. Got the little box in the middle here, which I put a turbo on because it's kind of problematically low to the ground. Another quarter pipe over here. This one I didn't quite have the right shapes to build. And then the other picture is from this spot here. Yeah, you can see the rails, some stairs, 2 ramps here, and the little tiny quarter pipe at the top. You can see the triangle thing again over here, an extra ramp with the quarter pipe on it over here. I didn't quite capture the tiny bit of downhill here, but it's fine. And then the other ramps in the distance. I made that table into like a piece of wood, but no, I'm not anybody in these pictures. I had to find these online. I probably have some pictures somewhere, but... And yes, I did add the umbrella. Some crazy JJQ. So let's get back to it. Oh, and you can see the whole thing was surrounded by a fence. And in the map itself, it's surrounded by a fence, but it's a fence of finishes. This is where the entrance is to the park, which is why this is not connected. And to make things interesting, I wanted to at least give you the freedom to choose where to start. So, you know, that is a big component of it. I don't know where the best start would be. I do think I did pretty good, and I have a hard time imagining there's going to be a faster start than what I've chosen, but I've been wrong many times before, and Imperator has submitted, and so has Tenchi and a handful of other people, so we will see. There's 10 checkpoints, 2 rings. I always try to do not too many rings, and the reasoning behind some of the checkpoints is, like I said, I wanted to place them all on the main parts. I didn't want to put, you know, I wanted to make sure people at least drove on at least one quarter pipe, so that's why this one's on the quarter pipe, and this one's at the top. There's like, you know, a few ways to collect it. Now this triangle checkpoint, I've definitely had some complaints about, and for good reason. It's kind of hard to make it through, pretty small gap, and it's on a slope. And like I was saying earlier, this box barely lifted off the ground. Not easy to work with. And the other special thing about this puzzle is there is no block mixing. And yes, rings you can double respawn, but the reason I don't like them is because you can't flying respawn. Like, normally you can like click into a checkpoint like this, you can't click into the rings. The difference between this puzzle and the others, other than, you know, the 10 checkpoints and it being much larger than the other ones, is you can't block mix, which means, you know, if you place a block like this, you can't mix something into it like this, because it just overrides it. And, you also don't have very fine control over it. You're stuck to the grid, like, you know, it's either here or it's here, and you only have the cardinal directions. So it's somewhat limited in that aspect, which kind of makes it nice because, you know, then there's less to try for something that's so big. So I did put turbos multiple way here, multiple ways here, and multiple ways here, you know, depending on which direction you're going. And this checkpoint's kind of a little bit weird, and the reason I chose this spot in particular is because this gap right here where you jump off of this ramp over this ramp and land in this flat here, we called that the blood gap, because one of the first times we went to the skate park, there was this kid trying to do that gap, and he fell, and an ambulance showed up, there's blood everywhere. I think he was fine, but we always called that the blood gap, and you know, there's like the whole backstory behind it, so I wanted people going through here. But anyway, I think that's enough backstory other than the blocks you had to use. I chose these specifically because it's 8 per page, so that's 24 unique blocks. A few of them there's multiple of. All of these blocks are different than, you know, the color of the park, and there's no concrete. So like concrete or like road, pretty powerful. So, you know, I did want people driving on the park itself to make it interesting. And I did give 4 flat blocks, which I think are fairly powerful, but even though you have so many blocks, this is a very big puzzle and it's hard to figure out where to put everything optimally. One last thing about this, I know this is like a longer yap than I normally do about puzzles, is that the start block, I forgot what I was going to say about the start block. I might remember in a second. Also, here's the umbrella. What was I going to say about the start block? I don't know. Maybe I'll remember in a minute. But anyway, I'm going to run the script now, and then we'll get into it. We have 14 replays submitted. Yeah, only 14 this time, because this was quite a difficult puzzle, and I gave less time, so I'm still very happy with this result, and I appreciate each and every one of you that submitted. Here is the first replay. It is Rooster with a 39.6. Now, the AT I set as 45 seconds. That's what I was going to say about the start block. Okay, the start block, you can finish the whole map by just placing the start block. The skate park, like, you don't need to place blocks to finish this map. You can just drive through the skate park normally and just get to the end. It's just not very fast. And so this is what Rooster did with the blocks that he was given. He placed the start. Actually, where is this? Oh, he placed the start on the other side of the half pipe, drives across, goes down, makes his way across the ramp into the ring. Okay, uses the other block to go across the other ring, gets the other turbos and the red booster, jumps wall bang. Okay, I like some of the ideas here. Jumps up, a little bit of a sketchy landing, but you know, keeps it going. Red booster makes a triangle, smashes into the quarter pipe, works his way back down. I mean, that was wicked. That was a wicked run, at least. I mean, he makes it all the way through. I mean, I can't say too much about that. I like it. Clean run on this could be like 10 seconds faster. Actually, probably true with some of the landings. I mean, there was some good potential on this route. I do like the ideas here. Oh, and there was one other thing I was going to say about the map is, and that's the whole thing. I built it, and I had to lift it up because when you're placing the blocks, you can't place them into the ground unless the whole map is raised and block mixed. So I did have to do that. And then 2, we have Justin. Okay, Justin, this was one of the last minute submissions. I think he probably saw the ping and was like, oh wait, I maybe gotta throw something together real quick. With a 36.664. Interesting start. Oh, fancy. Makes it through the triangle. Jumps up, so very different start location. We're making it to where Rooster started a second ago. Realized he could have driven across, but he went down and did the whole half pipe. Wait, don't you need that ring? Oh yeah, he's going back for it. Down the stairs. Oh, under the pipe. Very cool. Look, this is really hard, so getting a finish at all is not easy, and honestly 36 is still respectable, especially if you only spend, like... I mean, I could see this taking, like, you know, maybe like an hour or so. Just really, you know, thinking it out. He forgot he could place blocks in the second half. Yeah, he was just like, I don't know, I think I could just finish this. Like, you can make it to the finish. But honestly, yeah, it's just cool to see, like, the different starts and the different routes and just driving on the park in general. Because it really does give me the feeling of, like, being at the park. And we have Red Dog next. With 33.9. I do wonder how fast it's gonna get. With, hold on. Just let me think. Yeah, 3rd starting location, still completely new starting location. And he gets the triangle checkpoint immediately first, just doesn't want to deal with it at all. Uses the roof plastic. Jumps up, completely just straight on through, no blocks needed. Wait, goes through, what triangle is that? Oh, he goes through, like, the fence triangle, okay. With the plastic, keeping ground contact to get to the red turbo. Takes the yellow turbos, goes up a bit of the anti-booster. So all the way up. Jumps across with the wood. Oh, look at that last checkpoint collect, too. Drops from the half pipe into the quarter pipe. Bounces, does a little flip wicked into the finish. So yeah, triangle checkpoint start too. Yeah, that's completely different. Still lacking some block usage, but still very nice ideas in here. And in general, I think all of the runs have been more or less going around in a circle. It is kind of a long track. Not time-wise, well, time-wise and just long and like a rectangular. We have Argenbarger next. With a 29.3, we've made it sub 30 now. Bouncing up, gets the red turbo. Oh, lots of speed. Straight through the triangle, bounces his way all the way up and over the fence. Clean into the checkpoint. Jumps over and through. Uses a whole mess of ramps to get through this. To the turbo. And to the finish. Now, I think, was it Rooster that already used this start? So this, I think the second time we've seen this, either that or is like the block next to it. And yeah, this is why this checkpoint is so painful. He's just going for the slight dirt uphill, smacking into this, and then, you know, the triangle just turns him over. Somehow survives all this. I mean, that did not look easy. And yeah, just makes it all the way, rest of the way through. A little bit of bumpy block usage. I mean, that was kind of smooth actually right there, but then that's a little painful. Overall, very nice though. I mean, sub 30. Now we go to 5 with Zethner. And Zethner, although he was sick, managed to get a 28 with the same start. On red turbo. Oh, with sick backflip, okay. Bounces up into the checkpoint, has less speed, but much smoother of a jump here into little plastic ramp. Smooth all the way across here, but what blocks is he going to have left now? There's only 4 flat blocks, remember, so. Into the wood. Oh, okay, look at this. This wood piece does connect these 2 checkpoints very smoothly. Like, you just place it, and it goes through both rings. Very nice. Drops down into the turbo. Collects most of just the second one. Yeah, that's a wicked flip. I like that. Sick. Then we have Yordi. Now, Yordi streamed this. And I was there for it. I watched him stream this. And he cooked his start. And then had trouble figuring out how to do the ending. But you will see. We'll see. He also used that wood piece. Oh. Okay. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't see what time this is. This is a 24, huge jump. I've got to be honest. Wait, was this? Yeah, okay, no, this is the run that you streamed. You did try a lot of things after this PB, so I couldn't remember. But yes, huge jump. We just moved down to a 24. That's several seconds of jumps, like of a jump. But yeah, red turbo at the start, and instead of going to the right and going all the way across, he went to the left, collected the other red turbo, and had the block usage in just a way where he could jump up straight into this wood block and make it through both of these rings. And he still is going into circles, just the other way. Jumps up to this plastic and just gets grip here and turns his way across onto the curvy dirt and the wood. Jumps his way down, uses the plastic as a wall bang off this. Ceiling bounce to make it through that. Just keep the speed on the ground, uses the ramp to get back up onto the yellow turbo, and then wall ride into the finish. Very nice finish too, because the checkpoint and this route is pretty close to the finish and just, you know, manages to make his way in there. And 7. Jakeinator. Okay. With a 22-2. Another jump. Oh, and he's starting inside the quarter pipe. That's beside the half pipe. Immediately with the red booster going through. Jumping through the triangle. Ceiling bounce. Jump all the way across. Wait, slide through. And then gets the little red booster there. And then the yellows to the wood all the way across. This is interesting. Plastic all the way up. Wood across. Left into the finish. That is clean. 22-2. That is really good, actually. And I did not think we would see a bug slide there. Like, I will say, when I was doing this, I found like 3 different routes. And I did actually try the start, but I never got a good run with it. So it is interesting to see a 22-2, like something this fast with that start. Style points for sure. Sick run. 1-8. We have Funny Pills with his last second submission. With a 21-5. We're moving, holy. Wait. Okay, one of the things I didn't mention is that although you can place the turbos into the ground, most of the places you place them, you don't actually get the turbo effect. Apparently, if you place this one this way, in this direction, on this block, you actually do. That surprises me. I did not know this. Okay. So, immediately inside of the ring checkpoint, into a red turbo. This is all new to me. Okay. Jump up, checkpoint, across the half pipe. Oh, bounce into... Okay, that is a really good way to get down into that quarter pipe. Yellow turbo crossed, and then uses... Yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay, so many good ideas in this. Holy. First of all, that does not look easy to get smooth, but you did it. And then smooth block usage. Like, you're making this look way easier than it is. And that's probably the wicked thing you found, because that is nasty. Oh, and okay, that was the other thing. I included these wall ride helper blocks, but I wasn't thinking about the fact that you can't block mix. You can technically use them on the wall ride, and you bounce off of it, so glad to see someone using that. And it bounced you in just the perfect way to land into this. Very nice. Very nice, just maintaining speed through the whole thing, and getting a checkpoint that's close to the finish. And you had some blocks up there just so you don't overshoot, but you bounce off the checkpoint to get the finish anyway. This is a clean run. The bounce is supposed to give a cool 360. Yeah, it's pretty cool already, but that was fast. Okay. Then, no, okay. You may think, wait, we've already seen Yordi. Now, when I was in his stream, I wanted to see how fast I could get his route because I was in there for so long that, I stole his start and did a run on it. This is not my official submission, but just pretend this is also Yordi. And there we go. I mean, not too much to say there. You've already seen the route. I mean, there is a ceiling bounce here, and I landed down here. Used the wood to get back around, jumped into this block, which is something he never he did use his wall bang, but I used this to get smoothly up here straight into the turbo. And since I used different blocks, could just go straight across without jumping and then go down into the wood. The dirt then shot me up into the wall ride finish with a 21-1. But again, not my official submission. It's just using some of your ideas to cook. Next we have Zarek. And Zarek rounds with Eric. What's up, Eric? Okay, 21-0. Very fast. Okay, hold on. Let me just take this in. Starts by the rings, but elects to take the yellow turbos first just to have the speed. Jumps up through the wood that connects these two checkpoints very nicely. Jumps up and through. Uses that wiggly platform to jump up to this plastic. Goes across. Jumps down. Doesn't use the bounce or anything, just lands straight into the turbo. Well, uses both turbos here, yellow into red. And then uses the wood, and then just bounces across. Now, the thing is, he already used these blocks here, so he's running low on flat blocks. So he's having to, like, jump all around here. And it's working. Very nice. Yeah, very nice use of the ceiling plastic as well, and the using the plastic bit here. Some of you may or may not know that when you place the block, usually it like places something underneath, and you can delete that bit so you can use it for, you know, bouncing off the underside of it. It's just too smooth with it. And again, that's a 21-0. Spent too long on this. Me too. Me too. Danny. With a 20.5, another big jump. Ooh, okay, it's a little bit different than what he posted in the Discord there. Oh, smooth with it. Okay, so let me process what's happening here. I guess he didn't have any use for that wiggly block. Use the red turbo immediately. Then you jump up, land. Very good block usage. Oh, and this is the block. They're talking about this in Discord. This block isn't particularly useful, but they placed it just specifically to jump over, to make things more exciting. Lands into the wood, through the triangle checkpoint. This is low enough to just barely make it through. And uses the wall ride into the wall to just go under the rail. Doesn't use the ceiling there, although I guess sometimes maybe he goes up high enough where he would. And the turbo to get back up to speed. A few more blocks, and then again with the wood. I mean, it will commonly be placed here. And remember, it just perfectly connects the two. Drops down into turbos, and then into the finish. Very nice run, Danny. And now we've made it to the top 3. Now this is a shakeup. We have Imperator on 3rd. With an 18-3. And what a route this is. Holy moly. Ooh, into the red booster there? I'd never thought of that. How does he get it so fast? It's very nice use of the yellow turbos, and to very smooth plastic all the way around, jumps across instead of using the flat blocks, drops into this, and this is the first time he's using his own turbos despite being up to speed. It makes good separation of the turbos and just very smoothly makes it across. I've got to be honest, I did not think there would be something this fast with this route. This is insane. Same as mine, but he's just smooth with it. He's too smooth. I'm sorry, I'm blown away at how fast this is. An 18.3? I'm just okay. So a couple flat dirt there. The curvy platform into this so that he can make it very smoothly into the plastic. And the plastic perfectly turning onto the platform into the other platform. Very smooth, drops down. Has to slow down for this, but you know, very low landing. I mean, already like 400 speed. It's not enough, so he has to go faster. And then, yeah, that's just really, really good. Huge run by Imperator. 18-3. Now we're on the final two. That's right, it's me. I did not win, but I did pretty good. With a 17.9. 9.68. My goal was to get a sub 18. And the thing is, this would not have happened without Yordi. Going back to the Yordi solution, when I drove that after watching his stream, that beat my old PB, and I was like, I haven't spent enough time on this puzzle. So I went back to my own solution, and I improved several things about it, and then eventually got this run yesterday. Um, okay, so to comment on this, red booster here, smooth across, not using the completely flat blocks for the most part, except for like the two here. Um, well, I did move them around a bit. Just smooth through this. Normally, I don't even touch the triangle bit, but I did this time, and it like got me a nose down. Bounce across this. It's kind of smooth. JP Live! Hello, hello! We're just doing the puzzle results now. Although we're already on the top two. So we're on my run here. I did not win, but welcome, Raiders. I was doing a little bit of commentary on this run. This was the second turbo here, makes it all the way across. I did have some sort of platforms here, but then I figured out it was better to just, with speed, drop down, land smooth, and, you know, if you were here before this, one thing you'll notice that's different about this is normally people were connecting these two checkpoints. I was doing the same thing, but I realized that I could still make it through both of these and then drop down and get the whole turbo, which is why I moved it back a little bit, and it still worked. And that saved me a lot more time than you think it would. Now, the thing I don't like about this route and why I thought that I might not win is because this checkpoint, the fastest way you can get to the finish is all the way over here. Like, I figured there were closer checkpoints, but I couldn't find another route to where I could make it smooth, and it's a huge time sink to like try each individual route. There it is. Now, one last thing though, one of the most annoying parts about hunting this run, other than like the RNG of this ceiling bounce and getting a clean landing here is kind of painful, and then this turn you have to make very close to this bit, and because this block isn't completely flat, it kind of flings you to the side. So normally I have to release, but I braked a little bit and kept a lot of speed, nearly fell off the side, but managed to hold it together. That was probably the hardest part of the run. But it can also fail with this drop down here and landing bad here. But remember, 17.968. So the winner is Tenchi. Just how fast is it? How fast is the run? A 16.2! That is not real. That is not real. That is not real. What? What? Oh, and it's with the funny pills start. So Tenchi also found the sideways red turbo that actually, for some reason, works in this mode. I don't understand how. But you know what? Let's just get into it. It gets the ring checkpoint immediately. Full smooth. Oh, whoa! Oh, hold up. Sorry, what? Straight up into, instead of using the ceiling plastic, lands on it for an extension of the wood turn to go all the way across. Okay. Oh, and yet close finish into the end. So it's crazy that it's not even the full red turbo, but because it's just so powerfully placed in the start, so immediate start checkpoint, immediate speed, jump up into absolutely full speed, full smooth all the way through this, faster than anybody else has done it. And the problem with this route is going down is slow, but Tenchi managed to find a ceiling bang that was so much faster and landing directly in the wood while keeping all of her speed through this checkpoint into the other yellow turbo at 300 speed already before this checkpoint, and uses the difference in height of the dirt and the platform block to make it through this checkpoint, and then smoothly uses the blocks that she has left to smoothly make it all the way to the finish. It's got to be a nightmare being on a good run and then running into this last fence. And you did it. And you even left the extra plastic wall here that didn't bounce off of anything. That is crazy fast. 16-2. I did not think it was going to get that fast. And yet here we are with a completely different start, different route than what I did. Tenchi is cracked at puzzling. Very true. Oh, and yet again, multiple people have done this just for the exhilaration, placing the penalty water block just for the exhilaration of jumping over it. It's so funny. Very cool. All right, that means Tenchi wins. Tenchi gets VIP, and season 1 of puzzling is over. It will return at some point. I just have some time. I have to take some time to take a break and think of new puzzles. And yeah, Rooster he did his own puzzle tournament. I want to see the results of that, so I may stream for like a few more minutes, and whenever he goes live, I'll probably just raid him, and I'll just be over there watching whatever people cooked over there. And yes, thank you all for playing. This is very fun. Make sure to tell people about it, so when I come back for season 2, the more the merrier. And that was very fun. Yeah, I always watch these back when I'm editing, and I'm like, there's this comment. I wish I had seen that while I was streaming.